Tommy, what's popping?
Good. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can. What's good, man? Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, brother.
I interviewed the girl who used the girl in the cooking outfit.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I was one of the first people to interview her.
My bad, class clown with the $5 says Hamp. A lot of black men in this space, manosphere adjacent channels, are raccoons. Get used to it. Go ahead.
Nah, I was just saying that I interviewed her. I know a lot of people were making a lot of speculations about her, but I actually ended up talking to her. I think I talked to her the next day after it happened. And I know I was listening to some of your comments about Caitlin Clark. And I think that's a shame, even just to listen to the way black people in general talk is like really, really childish. All these black women who claim they love black men or whatnot, and black men are BA and whatever, they can say that. But the amount of times y'all call people coons and raccoons is fucking stupid. For adult people to keep calling someone these names because they just don't agree with what they say. And they don't explain why they don't agree with it or what it is. It's just straight up raccoon, coon, 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 coon. You got to worry about a black person calling you yet another racist term that they took from white people. So they took nigga from white people and claimed that nigga meant, it's endearing to us. Just like your boy Kane the Conqueror just wrote Tommy about the tap dance. I got the stupidest amount of people who follow y'all. The stupidest and the brokest.
We already broke down where nigga actually came from. White people didn't invent it.
Right. Yeah, they said niggas.
Per the Bible.
So then why aren't y'all calling each other that then, if that's what it means?
What do you mean? Well, we do, right? That's what we're saying.
What did it mean? I'm saying, what did it mean, and why is it that when people say fuck you nigga, they're not saying whatever positive word?
It means black man.
So that's all nigga means, is it? Is black man? So if white people call us that, how's that problematic?
Because what they did was they perversed it, right? They perversed it, gave it a different meaning, right? But now that we do our research and understand what it actually meant, we just took it back to where it was.
And it's evident in the dictionary. They changed the meaning in the dictionary.
Yeah, it's simple. It's not
they
that.
changed it to a negative word, and now we
it means ignorant. It means ignorant and
means ignorant. And you know why? And you know that perversion can happen and take over? Because now people are cutting their penises off and calling themselves women. You had a Supreme Court justice who said she couldn't answer what a woman was. So perversion is real and it can become a standard. But when you do your due diligence, you say, oh, well, here's the actual truth. I'm going to go ahead and go with the actual truth. But perversion is strong.
So which does it mean? Does it mean ignorant person or it just means black man?
It means black man. The perversion will make you think it means ignorant person.
Oh, the guy no cap said it.
No, what? No, I'm echoing Hamp. Hamp is absolutely right. Yeah. The primary definition of the word means dark complexion, black people, but white people they demonize the word, and specifically from slavery on up, right? And they changed the definition. They formally changed the definition in the dictionary, and it means ignorant, amongst other negative connotations as well. So,
okay, so we're taking the power back, but we use it in a negative way when we call each other that.
We don't though. So if I say "What's up, my nigga," what's negative?
What about puss ass nigga? Fuck
That's
nigga.
negative.
Fuck you nigga.
That's negative.
Lame nigga. Drive-by. I mean, I can tell you 1,000 ways in which nigga is,
and I can tell you the 1,000 wings for the inverse, right? And so just because you want to use the negatives, right? I'm to bring you back to the origin and telling you how we usually use it.
No, I understand. I just said so. I asked, why is it that we ourselves use it in a negative connotation?
And so my argument is that we don't. Is that we refer to that to make a point, but the actuality, what's up, my nigga, is what you mostly hear. Because I'm outside, like, you know what I mean. Like I'm in the club, I DJ, etc. I coach kids, things of that nature. And oftentimes when we're referring to each other, it's just endearment. It's just what's up, so on and so forth.
I've heard so many black women say bitch ass nigga. I grew up in the outside just like you.
Yeah, the women, but Tommy, the women aren't in control. We it's just us talking. I don't care what the women say, to be frank. I'm talking about what men say to each other when I'm outside, when I'm coaching the kids.
Black.
Yeah, I'm saying that you are using the women. I ain't been talking about women.
No, I'm using
day.
everyone that's black.
Okay.
Once you said black.
Yeah.
Just like we said women, I would use everyone with a vagina then.
So you're saying, again, here's what we got to understand. Because people use something incorrectly, right? We understand the truth, right? And so now we're just edifying each other.
No. So I'm saying, why aren't we then educating them to not use it in a negative way so others won't use it in a negative way or say that we're using it in a negative way? There used to be an adage where I'm not going to make fun of my whatever I say to my brother. I'm not going to let you say to my brother, because if I say it to my brother in front of you, you're going to now start to feel comfortable to say it about my brother in front of me or to my brother to his face. Everybody knows that. Every family knows that.
That goes back to my stance.
Thank you. I ain't never known nobody that said and say we can call our brother pussy on the playground, but then we gonna wonder why you just called him one.
I think you're missing a big point though, Tommy. Even if somebody, I said this earlier when I first cammed up, even if we're all black, right? If I call you a pussy ass nigga, right? It might be derogatory, and I'm with you on that. You know, black people can say derogatory terms against other black people, right? But I think what we're missing is I can never mean it as a racist term towards you. We're black. I can never mean it as a racist term towards you. But if a white person says nigga, whether they saying it as a term of endearment or they're saying it in a racist term, they have the luxury at any given time to mean it as a racist term. At any given time, they can mean it as a racist term. I don't have that luxury, even if I'm saying it in a defamatory way towards you. I don't have that luxury, but white people do. And I think that's what we're negating.
So if I call you a broke ass, if I call you an ugly ass nigga, but I'm an ugly ass nigga, it's okay because we both ugly.
It's not racist.
Somebody handsome says it, then we got a problem with him because how dare he say something to our ugly ass?
So what it is this: the adjective doesn't define nigga. You're using the adjective and you're putting it in front of it.
Facts.
So cool nigga, you can put ugly nigga, you could put pretty nigga, right? But you are using the adjective to try to define the word nigga, but nigga is already defined. You're just using the adjective, right? So if you say ugly,
but usually
I'm still ant.
That's why I brought in women.
But that's Tommy, but use this one. Use this one. Use hamp. So if you say ugly hamp, I'm still hamp, right? You can change out the adjective to whatever you want based on how you want to insult me.
Black is also an adjective.
Women. Here's what y'all are missing. Y'all never let me get into that. That's why I brought up women, because I grew up in them same streets from the 80s to the 90s, and nigga was dude. Nigga was a man. You didn't sit around calling a woman a nigga. You didn't.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Nobody would just sit around calling woman nigga.
But what, yo, Tommy, this is the thing I don't understand. That's true, right? What you're saying, that's an absolute fact, right? At the same time, what I don't understand is why we don't realize the implications that the word has at the hands of other people versus at the hands of ourselves, right? We didn't put ourselves through chattel slavery on each other, you know what I'm saying, through antebellum slavery. We didn't do all those things at the behest of that word. So when it's in the hands of the people that do, why do we try to pretend and act like that's what I don't understand, why we try to act like it's equal, why we try to act like it's the same thing as if we say it and they say it.
It's not.
You ever heard the term colorism?
Yes.
Why is it that if I call somebody my color a monkey, they don't say it's a problem, but if a light-skinned person call a dark-skinned person a monkey, they colorist? Same exact word.
But that's moving the goalpost though, because again,
you're saying that one saying it means more. I agree. That's why I told him the broke person being called broke by a broke person probably means less than when the rich person. The ugly person being called ugly by an ugly person probably means less than when a handsome person or pretty person says it. So a white person who you've always felt inferior to because they use the word to make you feel inferior. Just like ugly is a word made to make someone feel inferior. every diss word you give someone, is it not used to make that person feel inferior?
But the premise is off, because again, you calling me ugly is not drenched in blood. You calling me ugly is not drenched in hundreds of years of atrocity. You calling me ugly is just your personal opinion and your personal preference. It doesn't have any kind of sting or effect on it. It's just some words. But at the same time, when you measure up all the people whose lives was lost, all the people who sacrificed their life in order for us to have a better way, that's where that word is drenched in blood.
Rich and poor is drenched in blood.
Do you think it's drenched in the same amount of blood as the N word is to white people?
Actually, rich and poor is drenched in more blood than anything else.
Anything else. That's the. I understand his argument. That's the wrong argument, right?
Okay.
Nigga, hemp, Tommy, those would be in the same vein. You putting ad hominems and adjectives and things of that nature to try to and using it to those are the descriptors that you need to check.
No, I didn't. That's why I was trying to get out of it. You keep missing where everybody's missing it. A few people caught it when I said that's why I introduced women, because we weren't using it. So apparently, even if we claim it meant black, we weren't using it towards women who were black. So it didn't mean black.
But it does mean black because people were ignorant to what it means.
To us.
I know, but now
we weren't using it that way.
But Tommy, if we're ignorant, that's not the standard, right?
No, that's when I said, why don't we move forward then? Either using it toward all blacks, so we are now using it in the correct term, or just don't use it, so we don't have to introduce the public to a word that we're going to turn around and tell them they can't use. Because whites sit up there and have a word called white trash, and because you hear whites call white trash in public, blacks started calling whites white trash. When did they say y'all can't say that to us because y'all black?
I don't know what they did. I think that we also
they wouldn't, because why would they? The Jews don't say the K word. I don't want to get you to say that because I say it on my show. The Jews don't say it because they don't want to introduce a word to the public lexicon. So much so that even in our rap music, when we tried to say things alluding to them, they cut them out. They didn't just say it means different things to us than it do to them.
Khazarian?
Words had,
Khazarian, what's the K word?
No, come on, fam.
I don't know.
Don't do that.
Oh, you want me to say it? Oh,
no, don't do that.
Type it in the back chat.
Okay, if there's several words, and they ain't just one. They got several. And so they don't just say, it seems like we try to tell other people they shouldn't look for reasons to say a word. But if I'm listening to y'all know what y'all doing? Looking for reasons to say a word.
No, we're not.
Just won't cut it out.
We're not. Well, we're not cutting it out because this is what we have a problem doing. I don't give a fuck what they can or can't do. Right? I think we need to thoroughly understand that this is a word that we use amongst ourselves. Because they perverse it doesn't mean we need to eliminate it from our vocabulary. What we need to do is continue to edify one another. So now we thoroughly understand. So now we're all using it correctly. So we can be on one accord, and then they'll catch our drift.
But this is a silly argument. Hey, yo, Ham, hold on real quick. Ham, this is a silly argument.
Why run over that point?
No, it's a great point. I just wanted to add on to it. It's a great point. I'm not running over it. It's a great point.
Damn, I didn't even see Lamar. My bad.
Yeah, I'm darker than most people, so you can't hardly see me.
It's a great point. At the same time, this is the thing, right? Just because someone chooses to use something in a derogatory manner, right, to add on to your point, doesn't mean that the thing itself is derogatory. Like, you could think about this with money. You could think about this with weapons. You could think about this with all different types of things. It's in how you use it. And again, in the hands of a supremacist, in the hands of someone who is trying to enforce harm, money, weapons, whatever, could be used in a harmful manner. However, in the hands of someone who's benevolent, or in the hands of someone who is at a certain standard, they're using it as protection or using it as a means to take care of people and make sure people are good. So, I mean, at the end of the day, when you use the argument and say, oh, well, we say it, so why can't they say it? That's a horrible argument. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's a horrible
argument. Who was using that argument?
That's basically you saying that if if we say it, right? If we say it, why do we have a problem with them saying it? And then at the end of the day, we shouldn't say it at all, right? You said we shouldn't say it at all, right?
That's my opinion. You can say what you want. Now, the panel was supposed to be about opinions, and I can back my opinion up by showing you other people who don't just go around using words and then saying that other people shouldn't use it. So that would be a fair barometer for us. But blacks don't like fair barometers. We want to be able to tell other people what they can and can't say and ain't even got the power to enact it. Typically, when you're sitting up here telling somebody what they can and can't say, you have power. That's why they can ban words. That's why they got y'all jumping through hoops of what to say on YouTube, because they have the power to kick you off. If they didn't, if they just said, if they didn't kick you off, but they just said, you know, it would be best if you didn't use it, but you were still getting the same, AdSense money. You were still getting the same views. As a matter of fact, your views were going up because you were saying it. Would you stop saying it? Because y'all dance around a lot of words now that YouTube done told you gonna get banned if you say them.
Right.
Well, why do you say we don't have the power to enact it? Didn't that girl get fired?
Hold on, wait. You didn't do it. Who fired her?
But why did she get fired?
No, I'm saying who fired her was the question.
Her employer.
Mm-hmm. Who was her employer?
I don't know. I ain't looked that deep into it, but I know she got fired.
Yeah, that's maybe we should do that though. When we're talking about
I'm saying you said we don't have the power.
You don't.
Listen, we do, because a voice was heard and her employer was pressed to fire her. They fired her for a reason.
And sir, by that logic, since we're saying this, if you use the word N-word and you're black, if somebody says, well, we don't like hearing them say it either, we think it's horrible, especially the way they used it, because they put other words in front of it, we'll get fired too. You get fired from your job. Many people have gotten fired from their job.
No, they fired her because they fired her.
Yes. I said they did. You remember how you kept saying we? I told you they did.
Listen. You're being I think you're being a little facetious right now, because yes, her employer fired her, but her employer fired her because they felt pressure from societal complaints. That's why her employer fired her. There was a domino effect, and I think that's what you're dismissing that for some reason in this conversation. I don't know why you're dismissing that, but that's fine. But also with the colorism thing, that's a whole nother conversation. That's a whole nother conversation.
They had told me that, and I jumped off it. Now you done jump back into it. So I get
okay. We can jump. But no,
let me say this one. This what he said. Let me say
that
this
is
one.
Crazy.
Because there were points here that just got ran over for no apparent reason.
It really did.
Let's be more concise so we can have an actual back and forth. But I'm not going to keep repeating it, saying, hey, let's be concise. Like, if I just have to drop us down so we can have the conversation to see where we end up, then I'll just do it. So let's be concise and make the point and let whomever it is respond.
What you said.
With all due respect,
are you telling him that's right? He was saying to you, you jumped into something else after you didn't let me address.
No, but I didn't jump in. I didn't jump into something else. What I was saying was I was actually connecting what your remark. You actually jumped into something else with colorism. You initiated that. I was
trying to explain my point when I came up.
Right. What I was doing.
Freeze, you could have got a response to that initial point you made, though. It was a good point. You could have left it like right there.
Okay. I'll just leave it there.
About that, then jump into that.
Right? No. You know what? You're right. I'm gonna just stick right there. I was just saying the colorism thing was problematic, but we could just stick right there. That's all. We can stick right there. What do you think about what I said? What do you think about what I said initially?
Okay. You said I was being facetious when I said we didn't fire. We were talking about the dictionary. The dictionary says treating serious issues with deliberately inappropriate humor. I didn't laugh and wasn't about it was funny, and I didn't make a joke. So I know y'all get on the internet and learn words. So since we're playing with words and saying what the dictionary say they mean, it had nothing to do with what I just said. I did not treat it with any humor, and I surely wasn't deliberately doing it. If it came across as funny, I apologize, but I had a real serious face when I said it. Now, when I said we don't have the ability to do it, I can point out several times in which we can't do what happened to Kyrie Irving. We can't do on large scales, because even when people got me kicked off of YouTube, that's why I love it when they say I'm dancing for the white man, but y'all went to the white man and asked the white man to kick me off. So if I work for the white man, why would the white man have kicked me off their platform? Funny how y'all pro-blacks don't get kicked off though. So the white man's so scared of black folks, but the more pro-black y'all are, the more eyes you get. You can call the white man all kind of names and never get kicked off. Never thought about that? Nah, y'all don't care. Because if you was really pro-black, you do what Malcolm X said. You start to wonder, wait a minute, who are they allowing to speak and who are they shutting down? Again, black folks weren't able to kick me off YouTube. Y'all went to the white man, then bragged about the white man kicking me off. Sound familiar? Yeah, the black man trying to run away from the plantation. The other black man goes to the white man, tells the white man where he ran. They go get him, bring him back with half a foot. Now you laughing.
Okay, so who fired? Hold on. So who fired the lady?
The lady, her company, and she even showed me the letter. The company has what's called shareholders. They are afraid, just like the white girl. So the company fired her. The company fired her because it became a thing on the internet. Because they're worried about.
God damn.
Wait. You didn't, facetious guy. You didn't. You don't have the power to fire anyone, was the point I was trying to make.
You just double back. You just double back to my point.
You don't have the power to fire anyone.
You just double back.
People doing all this talking don't even hire anyone.
You said that she got fired because the shareholders in that company was pressured from social media. Who do you think social media is?
Hold on. Go ahead. Who fired her? Go ahead. The board of directors got pressure from social media. What happened next?
She even showed me the letter that came from the company where the woman regretted having to do it. Because the woman said, you've been a great employee to us. But, so the whole point behind that is, if we're going to sit up here and laugh and giggle about that, folks have been fired too because they called somebody a man, which they really were a man, but they now wanted to be called a woman. So if that's our justification, our line of demarcation, what happened to you? Then what happened to Martin Luther King? He said the wrong thing. What happened to Malcolm X? See, they deleted him. That must mean they right.
They said the CEO
logic we're using starts to apply in a lot of places. I don't think we want it to, but I get it. Y'all happy you was able to complain about this word to these people who now take your argument seriously, who didn't just a few decades ago. But that's my point. If my girl come to me and I take her argument seriously that she wants to go to the movies, so I take her. But if I get to the point where I no longer give a crap where she's going, if she can't go see the movies because I won't take her now, what power does she have?
Yeah,
she has the power to beguile me.
But the reason why that analogy doesn't work because you took her, right? The point is,
no, that's what I said. I said.
I know, but Tommy, but I know, I understand, right? If you don't take her, she doesn't have power. But the point is, you took her, which means that you enacted her power. She's the catalyst for why you went to the movie, right? So and now they said the CEO is a Jamaican lady.
A tether.
Is that true?
Yes, a tether.
What you mean?
The stuff that the FBA are literally calling people that they're saying we're different. They don't have our issues in hand. They don't get offended at the same things we get offended. They literally say this.
Mm-hmm. And then would you agree that the backlash from the community on the internet, which was largely black, I would assume, is a catalyst for why she got fired?
Yes, that's why I use the analogy of the female I'm with. With the backlash if I don't take her out. But but I wasn't taking her out before.
Well, why you just argue with me?
And because I care enough about her, I take her out.
Yeah.
So does she have power? I had to care enough. Because if I got to the point like I was before, when I didn't care, she no longer can see movies. When white people care about what black people think, they then do stuff to other whites or other businesses. When they no longer care, because the people who complain, please understand, they're not even going to those things. Those people, if they just said, we don't give a crap, you couldn't do anything because you don't go to them, you don't buy the product. And if they just were money-based, but they go farther than that is all I'm saying. And what happens when the backlash says, I no longer want to go farther than that because you don't hurt my bottom line. It'd be different if they were trying to, if you were shutting down stuff that you frequented.
But this is the thing. Hey, Tommy, but you went all around the world, right? You started off by saying that groups of people don't say those words, derogatory words about themselves, which is a bold-faced lie. Those groups of people absolutely have words that they can say about themselves that's acceptable, that they don't accept for outside people. Like you said,
examples,
even that, listen, I can't say the words for the sake of Hamp Show, but I'm just saying this will say.
You can tell.
Hold on, real quick. So when you I'm not calling you a liar, but I'm saying that is a lie. So there's a difference.
Well, it isn't because you would be.
Hold on, there's a difference. I can if you allow me to talk. You got uninterrupted. You got uninterrupted stretches. What I'm saying is the W word that Hispanics use towards each other. They say it towards each other. They have other slang words that they say towards each other, but you can't say those words. Asian people have words that they say towards each other that you can't say towards each other, towards them. Otherwise it'd be hate speech. The little hat people have words that they say towards each other, but you can't say towards each other, towards them. Otherwise it's considered hate speech. So there's an abundance of words, and we know some of them, but again, some of those are trigger words because we're not of those groups. So I'm not trying to get Hamp's channel shut down, but what I'm saying is it's not true to say that, yo, these people don't say these things about each other and then but we do. So that's not the truth. That's not the truth. We know that people speak to people that they're comfortable in language that is familiar to them. They say derogatory things to each other in their language all the time.
Put them in the back check.
I am so glad that people in that don't even like me are saying that's not true.
Yeah. Well, okay.
They don't even like me, and they were saying, "Come on now, that's not true."
The key difference is that it's not mainstream. I think is the overarching point is that we very rarely hear them say those things to each other. The reason why we may get away with it up north is because we live right on top of each other. Pause. So Puerto Ricans and all that, Dominicans, we grow up together.
Exactly.
We always together. So we hear it, but largely, the country segregated, so you ain't hearing that shit.
Oh, but even the little hat people, even if you're proximity to the little hat people, you'll hear the different things that they say amongst each other that they don't necessarily, that we can't necessarily say. You'll hear it.
Why is it you're not getting my point?
No, I got it. You're saying on a large scale.
Like everybody's seeing this, and
I got you. I understand the point.
What I say at home, if I walk around in my drawers at home, y'all don't see it. The people who come in my house, they saw it. Because I had enough decorum not to walk out the house with my drawers. These people aren't going around having songs called about holla back, wet back, holla back, wet back. They're not doing that.
Words. He likes
so it's wrong that we're trying to even imply that.
But that was
to start off by saying I told a bald-faced lie. And I'm like, what?
You said the people don't say it. You said that don't talk. You said that they don't talk about each other in that way, but you meant in the mainstream is what you're saying.
The whole idea of you just saying this thing and I can walk past these people and see it. I grew up with them. I didn't just walk past and just hear them referring to each other like that. And I never heard the J words. And I worked for one and been to Israel. I ain't never heard them refer to each other as that. Ever.
You never. Okay, so let me ask you a question. You never heard them say anything that could be considered anti-Semitism amongst each other. You never heard them say anything at all that could
be in the back chat
anti-Semitic.
Wait, you never heard a small head say the J word to another J word? You never heard that? Yeah, you never heard that?
Yeah, that's what they
What's
are.
derogatory about that?
They just playing with me, and that's why.
I asked you.
Frustrated. That's why. There's no reason to keep trying.
It was a misunderstanding. Tommy, it was a misunderstanding. I thought you just said you never heard them say the J word to each other. I thought that's what you just said.
The fallacy is this, though. We arguing something that don't need to be argued because the initial premise was what about the N word.
Yes.
The initial premise about the N word is it's not a derogatory term. It's been perversed and misused, right? So to compare it to all the words that are actually derogatory, right? The phrases, right? It's a logical fallacy because it's not in the same realm as those. That's why I don't understand why I even made that argument in the first place.
But
that's not where I'm. That, well, at least for me,
the reason why the Jays banned it is because they know who used. They will say the people who used to use it against them have used it to kick them out of countries and to put them in a Holocaust. So they don't appreciate that word at all. They don't care that it used to mean something else before it was used. Just like the gay.
What? Oh, the K word.
Yep. Just like gays.
Oh, the K word.
FAG was a pile of sticks.
Yeah.
Then it became a cigarette.
Yeah.
Then it became them.
It's still a cigarette in Europe, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So when you sit there and you use that word, they have done so many things where they've taken things out of what was that in some city? I don't even know how they did it, and that's ridiculous.
They took the U-turn sign down, right?
The U-turn signs out. So anything that can kind of be made to make them look bad, even the original meaning, they know once you change it, just like the rainbow. That wasn't the original meaning what it is now. Nobody sit up there when I'm wearing rainbow clothes talking about that's the first thing happened when the flood went down. That ain't gay. Nobody does that. I don't know why we're trying to pick this word to say it didn't mean that, so we get away with it.
Let me clarify.
Yeah, I ain't never said.
Let me clarify this, Tommy. We're not picking it. It did not mean what it means. To be very clear,
get it just like the rainbow did.
Yeah, but the rainbow still doesn't mean what they say it means,
yes,
right? So I wear rainbow stuff,
and yet when y'all see somebody with it, y'all will sit up there and laugh at them and say it.
It's upside down. It's not the real rainbow, anyways.
Yeah, and if you look at it, that's all I'm saying. There's certain things that used to mean something else, and they mean something today. And for some odd reason, because y'all live today, y'all use today's definition. Handsome used to mean a nice looking woman. Call a woman handsome today.
Mm-hmm.
Word, that's the great part of English. English evolves. It's a living, breathing language. Used to the word ain't used to not be a word.
Yeah.
You get slapped for saying ain't. That ain't a word. Now it is.
Mm-hmm. Now watch this. We've been using it the same way. Right? We've been using it the correct way. We don't have to adopt the perversion because we've been using it the correct way.
We who?
Black people like myself.
People who speak English?
No.
Because isn't that where we got it from? What was the original word?
I answered directly. Black people like myself, we understand the original meaning, therefore we've been using it correctly. So when you hear us use it colloquially, that is the original meaning. So we've been using it correctly regardless of their perversion.
The perversion is the ER, right?
No, just them using it.
Perversion is the context of it. Is the perversion.
It's them using it.
That's all it is.
So if all it meant was black and these people perverted it, what if they use it to where it just means black? Why is it that because they're white, now they can't even say the original meaning?
What did they use it as?
No, that white girl who said broke ass niggas. She wasn't using nigga as a derogatory term.
How you know that?
Just like, wait a minute. Didn't y'all just define it as broke ass hamp is still hamp?
No, because you sitting up here speaking for her.
Because I spoke to her.
Who cares? Like,
what? So he asked, "How do I know?"
Listen to what I'm saying. Yeah, you spoke to her, but she could tell you any motherfucking thing.
So now I'm supposed to get in her head and know it's
what I'm saying is like you speaking for her and you trying to put a stamp on what this girl's saying. Come on, dog. I mean, bro, listen. All right.
I'm waiting on you to tell. Come on, bro. And does not answer anything. So you're outraged.
I just said
the reason why we know that she meant it how she meant it is because as she got fired, what did she say after the fact? She said, I can't find a care, right? So she understood it was offensive and then doubled down on it by saying she can't find a care. So through deductive reasoning, we understood she understood her she understood her implications. She understood it was offensive, and she admitted that she did not care that it was either one of those things.
And didn't she play a clip of another man saying the word again?
Just like he just said, just like Hamp just said, he don't care what people like me who say the word shouldn't be used. If he thinks he's using it correctly, he ain't gonna apologize or stop using it.
Well, I know.
If I'm offended, should he apologize? If I'm offended.
Well, just to clarify one point. I don't think, Tommy, I know, right? Because I did my due diligence.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, you know. So she knows she used it correctly, and she knows that you're exactly right. So I'm not going to apologize for something that you got offended by, that I did not say it that way, and now you've come at me and got me fired before talking to me at all. You just got me fired.
Yeah.
Why am I now supposed to feel sorry? You didn't ask me.
Perfect. The reason why so she knows. You know what she knows? It's a derogatory term, right? She knows who got her fired, why she got fired, why the CEO had to fire. And she doubled down on that. She knows it as a negative term. She doesn't know it as I know it, which is the overarching difference.
And then she said another direct.
When he says it, he says he does not know it as a negative term.
Who?
Fat Joe.
I'm talking about the white girl.
They tried to make him stop using it, and he said no.
Fat Joe is not white.
They were offended.
Wait.
He's not so-called black either.
Wait.
He ain't black.
All right.
White girl.
Let's do this. I don't know. Y'all. So right now, the white girl.
Yeah.
You see my deductive reason, Tommy. You see how I got her in a bag that she cannot get out of, right? Because she understands it as negative, doubled down on the negativity. Because she got fired and faced the consequence and said, you know what? Fuck it. So she knows how she used it and what context she used it, and therefore she's being held accountable for that context. Exactly, you would agree.
No, she said, and I take her for her word, because as you're stating it, I've seen people of all races sit there and use that word and not mean it to try and piss someone off. So if I don't get a chance to know that I pissed you off, I just wake up and you taking your shit and you go into the car.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what I did wrong.
Except for when you have a chance to apologize and you don't.
That you didn't let me finish. I don't know
My
what
bad.
you did. So I see you doing this, and you're mad at me and you calling me all kinds of names, and I don't know what I did. I ain't backing away from it. Y'all didn't sit up there and say, please give me a response. And people threatened that girl's life, got her damn job, and I would say that too. Y'all act like that's a strange thing for someone to double down off of you done came at them when they didn't think they came at you, and you have now went way farther than they ever went. That person was just fired from their job. That person had just had their name and their address leaked. She had got called all kind of white bitches, white hoes, crackers, and everything afterwards. And you got to see her response. I don't talk like I'm talking when I'm upset. It's when I'm not. When I'm confronted by someone talking crap to me, you've seen several videos of me then responding in kind. You've seen several people do just that. Say something that you think, wow, they went too far. And you know what they were thinking when they made that video? You went too far. And they responded in kind. Y'all act like everybody else is supposed to have all these right responses, but yet we get to act. Nobody acted right to her. Nobody came to her and said, "Man, we understand."
Hold on, Freezy. So,
okay, go ahead.
Tommy, real quick. Was she? Did she throw the first punch? I just want to understand where your head is at in terms of that.
Right.
But if you did not think, that's the point.
No, I'm asking you. What do you think?
Yeah, for the person who got offended, yes. But she wasn't talking to a person. Don't y'all get that? I don't understand this.
She wasn't talking to an audience of people?
Said, man, these bitches get on my nerves. And they were just trying to say that women and weren't trying to be derogatory towards them. They were just saying women. But somebody who went to their church saw that video. And now I go to church and I find out they won't let me in.
Damn.
But now they outside my house protesting. I didn't say it to them. I have no issue. I didn't even know they were upset.
Yo, Hamp, wasn't a stream full of before like thousands of people?
No,
it wasn't.
I just saw a clip. I found the longest clip that I could find, so it had like all the context. He was just talking shit the whole clip, but I played the whole thing, not just a little snippet.
Wait, Tommy, that wasn't her show. That wasn't on her show.
No, that's what I'm trying to say. I can explain to you what it was. As I say, there's a funny part. It's like when people would they have brought up now. Look what Tommy said about the Jews. You know when I said that video, when I made that video, it's fucking 2020, I think it was. Mm-hmm. It's now going viral. She said there was nobody that was even on that video. They had nobody watched it. It wasn't like it was the next day. Somebody saw it and then they put it out. It's the same thing on my first video that went viral. The type of black woman that everybody hates. I had made that video a year before they put it out.
I'm confused. So you say she made it a long time ago, not in front of anybody. She was just talking to some friends or something like that?
Yeah, she was just literally sitting there cooking and was just like talking to a few people. She doesn't have a big presence. Just like the baby mama guy. Remember? The baby mama guy just went viral.
Brandon
Jamal. Most people just go viral, but what were they before they went viral? Not viral.
Yeah, you can tell people don't understand this game, that's for sure. And so she was just a TikToker and just talking.
Yeah, with nobody watched.
How many people did she have before that? You know,
she went from having a few hundred subscribers,
like 50,000
thousands of them.
But wait. But she did say it in front of her hundreds of subscribers, though, right?
Yeah, it was like she had like 400 or 500.
She posted
people,
it, right? Is the point?
Yeah, she posted it
because. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying, and she posted it. She said it in front of people, so it wasn't like she wasn't talking to anybody. You see what I'm saying? Like it's not like she wasn't talking to anybody.
I said, if I said in my video, I said, man, these bitches get on my nerves. I am not aiming to offend women. They would have to watch it and then say, because when I say that, I would say I wasn't saying bitches saying that all women or that negative. Like I'm not doing that.
Right? You don't think it's tone deaf though?
Understand me? Many people would get it. But some might not get it. And those who don't get it might get offended. That's fine, because that's what happens with language. Most language we use, there's someone who gets offended by it. That is exactly why you see somebody, like when y'all say double down on it. Dave Chappelle doubled down on his jokes about the LGBTQ. Did he not? She's not the first person to double down on something and say, look, if I can joke about these groups, I can joke about all groups. He literally was saying, I have nothing against these people. I'm not going to you're not going to force me out of my jokes.
But okay, so do you think it was tone deaf of her at all? Like, I mean, inappropriate? Do you think like she probably shouldn't have said it? What do you believe as far as that's concerned?
My train of thought versus anybody else's train of thought, I view it this way, period. When I first started seeing Mexicans like Fat Joe, I knew they were going to stop Puerto Rican Fat Joe, who when asked was he black, he said no. I knew they were going to boycott him and not let him say the N-word anymore. And they didn't. See, I'm old. And so I got to the point where I started thinking, I went to jail and the non-blacks were saying it to the blacks. I was confused.
The Asians?
Yeah. So I kept saying, apparently they don't care. They keep letting them say it, and then they be giving them passes.
No,
we were playing spades. I was in jail. And the white boy stood up there and said nigga, and they were like, and I stood up and they said, nah, man, he all right.
Now that does happen.
But I want to say this. I don't give those black people passes either, right? But I also want to say, I think what we're missing with the white girl with the apron, the TikToker, and Tommy, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but before she got fired, she had a chance to do some PR, right? And she got in front of the camera and said, I could give a care. She said I couldn't give a, she said something like, couldn't find a care. That's what she said. I couldn't find a care. She didn't just double down. She didn't just double down. She told the masses she couldn't find a care.
She don't have a right to not care what you think. The same thing that Dave Chappelle said. He doesn't have a care.
Right, but listen, what I'm saying is, this is what I'm saying. If you can't find a care, when you got fired, why you care then?
She did.
Right?
When you got
fired,
huh?
She didn't care. She didn't care.
She didn't care. She put that video out after she got fired.
Well, that's why I asked you. That's why I asked you to correct me if I'm wrong, because I didn't know the sequences. That's why I said that before I said what I said.
A lot of this outrage and conversations being had when people don't know the sequences. That to me is a funny thing, that we have a lot of black folks that get real mad. And then you ask them, well, what really happened? I don't know, but I'm pissed.
No.
They know that this sort of woman say
nigga. I get called a coon for trying to gather as much information as I can before I then say yes. The other people just said, who cares? He windmilling for Becky. So what? If I love white women and I'm windmilling for Becky, the fact that black folks try to act like or make that be something that you should be ashamed of lets you know how low you are. You're windmilling for Becky. He loved white people. Why would you get mad that I love white people? You wouldn't get mad if a white person said they love blacks. So you accept the love from whites? That is the silliest thing. The door works both ways. But you accept it when a white boy say he don't date nothing but black women. You don't ever say he hate his mama. So is he okay to hate his mama? He don't betray his people when he go out and become an abolitionist? He didn't betray his people when he voted Democrat, but I betrayed my people when I voted Republican. Y'all don't even see how ridiculous this thought is. But yet when someone tries to give you step back, see that it's a forest, stop looking at the tree, y'all call them names. Malcolm X had to sit up there and tell people, watch out for them white Democrats. It's like inviting the...
So they timed Tommy out. Tommy, they timed you out for 40 minutes. But I'm sure somebody gonna bring Tommy right back.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Tommy.
The term black is the most derogatory term. Black means death. But we can use that as a term of endearment out of ignorance.
Hey, that's a good point.
But it's I don't
black,
know.
It actually means pale and bleached. So is anybody pale or bleached? In science, it means death, because when the blood leaves the body becomes pale.
But I want to say this. I want to say this for the camera.
Oh, Mr. Grant put so it was 60 minutes, Mr. Grant. And then Mr. Grant put 50 on it, so 10 more, and Tommy will be back. Go ahead.
I want to say this for the camera. Yeah, I was unsure of the chain of events or the sequence, but that has no bearing. And I wrong. Well, I want to say this.
Kicking me off, and the Negroes, instead of wanting to hear me, are just kicking me off.
Let me say this. Yes,
this is how you talk to black folks.
I want to say this. I was unsure of the sequence of events with the TikToker, but that has no bearing. I need everybody to understand this. That has no bearing on my disapproval of her using that word. That has no bearing on that, just because I didn't know the sequence of the events. That's why out of respect, I asked Tommy, he could correct me if I'm wrong. You understand what I'm saying? But that has no bearing on nothing.
Yo, I appreciate you having me on, Hamp. Yo, salute to everybody on the panel, man.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit up here and let's help make somebody money for people don't want to hear the truth. Y'all can go back to listen to see people agree with each other.
Tommy, you know we've been on for 6 hours.
Oh no, I get it. But now they just sending money just so I didn't do anything wrong. I can see if I was doing something wrong. That's what the reason why niggas is niggas.
No, but just to clarify, we haven't actually been agreeing. We've been having a conversation.
That's a fact. He ain't have to say that. God damn.
Yeah.